Well, to tell you the story of how Wilma and I met, I have to go back just a little bit. When I lived in Ohio, I worked for the Stearns and Foster Company, and a fellow that went to the same high school, younger than I was, came to work for me back there. I left back there, I came out here to work for Hughes Aircraft and was living out here when Bill Long and his wife Pat came out to visit a friend of theirs in Phoenix. So they called me and said, well, why don't you stop down and see us while you're out here on vacation? And so they did that. And at that time, the fellow that was working as a controller for me, by the name of Eldon Hatch, had left. And when Bill got here, I says, hey, Bill, I need a controller. Why don't you leave your job back in Ohio and come out here? So he went back there and thought it over for a little while and called me up and he said, I believe I'll do that. Because he and his wife like to play tennis, and this is a very good area to go play tennis. So he came out here to work for me.
At the
like
hospital.
At TMC, yeah, like he had back in at Stearns and Foster. Well, Bill's wife, Pat, is a piano teacher and a singer. She's musically inclined, and she sang in Wilma's choir at St. Paul's Church, where she was the choir director. And I think Bill Long, well, you tell the story. You're better at it than I am.
Oh, you're doing fine.
No, go ahead.
Bill came home one day and said, Pat, we got to do something for Hanson. He's going crazy. He said, we need to have him meet somebody. And she knew I was dating somebody I wasn't happy with. And so she said, well, how about Wilma? But he thought that I was just really totally straight-laced. And he said, oh, I don't know, Pat, I don't think that's a very good idea. So a few more days or weeks went by, and he came home again, and he said, Pat, you better invite Wilma. We got to do something. This guy's driving us all crazy. So they did invite us to their house for dinner, and it was a very strange feeling to have a blind date. Did you feel that way?
Oh, absolutely.
But we appeared at Bill and Pat's house for dinner, and it was fine, you know. We got along fine. There was no red flags and no bells either one, really. And that was in March. It was the last weekend in March of '79. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I didn't hear from him again until the 1st of May. Bill called me in May and asked me to go to the Gridiron Show that the Press Club puts on every year. Well, I didn't know anything about it, but I'd never been to it before.
The Gridiron Show was put on by the Press Club of Tucson, and it was by way of lampooning the politicians or well-known people in Tucson. They would do skits and dances and original lyrics to a variety of songs that were pertinent to that individual, and a lot of them were, the best I can describe is raunchy, or
they were.
I don't know that lurid is quite the word, but you were surprised to hear some of the words that they used and the phrases that went on, but it was well attended.
Oh, it was. I was surprised to see some of the people who participated and really let their hair down in that thing. Sure. You know, but it was quite interesting.
But it was not a normal place. I don't know why I took her there, because I guess I had to go somewhere, and that seemed
well,
to
it
be
was something happening right then, and probably Longs were going.
That must have been it.